Hey guys, it's Fiend Frenzy 91. I'm playing some Elder Scrolls Online beta, and I just wanted to talk about this game a bit. This game, let's just say overall it's pretty good. I'm just going to talk about individual aspects of the beta at least, since they've actually allowed us to make videos on it now. Alright, now what took me by surprise is that this is an MMO, and I'm just going to talk about gameplay, story, and interactions. I can't talk about multiplayer because I haven't really spent much time playing with other people, but I will talk about how that actually could be improved. Anyway, gameplay wise, this game is really fun because it doesn't play like an MMO. Most MMOs at least. Most MMOs, they require you to, when you pick a class, you're only allowed to use certain weapons. Sorry about that. But in Elder Scrolls Online, no matter what class you pick, you can use any weapon. Like you pick your class first, and then you go over to the guy, and the guy is like, here's the weapons room, just pick one. And you can pick one for now, but later on you can get some from dead enemies, you can buy some at the store, and no matter what you are, you can pick weapons. Like, you can be a dual blade wielding mage, heavy armor wearing mage, and that's pretty cool at least. Well, at least that's basically what I've seen from it. Because I'm not limited by armor either. I was wearing light armor at first, now I'm wearing medium armor. And most games will limit you with those, but this one allows you to be very creative in that sense. So it plays just like an Elder Scrolls single player game, in the sense that the more you use an item, the better you're at it. Like my dual wielding just increased because I've been dual wielding for a while. So it's good. So that's why it's able to give you any weapon, because it's based on what weapon you use, not on what stats you pick or anything. Though your warrior, whatever class you choose, is better at certain things. Your class maybe, and even the races, I like that. The races, the class, they all seem to be better at certain things. So the race you pick and the class you pick will depend on how good you are at something. But once again, it's not crucial to how you are at it, because you can still be a mage, and even though a mage may be better using staffs, you can still use dual blading when the time comes. I actually started off being a bowman, and I still have my bow, but I decided to dual wield a bit because these guys, it's much easier to kill them with the blades than with the bow, because they come up and they get to close combat, at least in this area of the game. So right now, that's gameplay. Gameplay is basically the same as any other scroll game, any other Elder Scrolls game. So if you're familiar with those, you'll be pretty good with these. You just go, you slash, you use magic, you have like special abilities, you can mine ore, you can, even though he's gonna take this ore mine from me, you can gather things, you can like get resources, you can find butterflies and stuff like that. Anything you can find, you can just grab it, take it. And but since this is an MMO, you no longer, it doesn't seem that you personally level up by your stats leveling up anymore. It seems like you level up by completing quests. That's what it seems like. Or by killing enemies. So it seems like it does take some from MMO. It's not just an Elder Scrolls game in multiplayer, even though it feels like that a lot of times. Now let's go from gameplay to story. The story is actually pretty good, but it's a little bit like Skyrim. You're about to get executed, and you do get executed in this one. You actually do get executed, but you wake up in Oblivion. Apparently it was some type of ritual execution which causes you to go to Oblivion rather than to actually, die or whatever. So you're in Oblivion, and you're in this jailbreak, and there are only 2 humans in Oblivion with you. And you have to break out of prison. Probably should have warned spoilers, but if you're watching this, you know there's going to be spoilers. You have to break out of prison. And and when you break out of Oblivion, this wizard guy helps you, and he helps you to get back to your regular body, or whatever you call it. And you wake up, and you're by Soulsteam. Ah man, I'm never gonna. You're close to where the Dragonborn DLC was in Skyrim. You're not on Raven Rock though. You're on Bleak Rock, which is like another island close by. And based on the map, you have the whole Tamriel available to you. Skyrim, Cyrodiil, Hammerfall, Daggerfall, even the Shimmering Isles are available based on the map. So, with the story-wise, it's actually a pretty strong story for an MMO. and I would rival Old Republic story if you ask me, because that was also a pretty strong story for an MMO. But otherwise than that, it's I haven't played multiplayer, so I can't really talk too much about that. But what I do want to say is that multiplayer, this game, at least I've heard there are parts like any MMO where you have to play multiplayer, but other than that, it doesn't really encourage you to play with other players because it's pretty easy. I run around this map destroying enemies and stuff and doing the quests, and it's pretty easy by myself, which is good because it is true some people don't play multi MMOs with other players, but I would have liked it to be more encouraging to play with other players. It's not as well as it should be done, at least. I don't know. But there are certain times where what I do like is that other players can just jump in and help you in battles and stuff, and that has happened to me a couple times. So it's pretty nice when that happens, you know? Well, alright, so let me just talk about the overall interactions. Everything is voiced, it seems, which is pretty good. You talk to people, there's a full dialogue, and what it gives you more choices. See, alright, it doesn't it's not like most MMOs where you say something and then you have to you can't just go back, because what happens is it gives you a bunch of choices to talk to people, and when you talk to them, you can go. It's kind of like Skyrim. You just talk to them on a certain branch, and you keep talking until that branch is done. Then you go back to the part, and then you ask them questions again. So once again, this plays a lot like a single-player RPG, but even though it does have a lot of aspects of MMO as well. So that is good. Overall, the beta was enjoyable. The interactions are very nice. The graphics are actually pretty decent for an MMO. And other than that, this is just a pretty good game. Will I be getting it? No, probably not. Why? Because Elder Scrolls still wants to charge you $15 a month. Not that the game isn't exactly worth $15 a month, but honestly, if I get this game, I probably wouldn't get it for the PC. I'm playing it on the PC right now, but I probably wouldn't get it for the PC because a game like this does tax a lot on your PC. I have a gaming laptop, but it does tax a lot on it. So I probably get it for a console, and I'm not about to pay for online for that console and $15 a month to play this game. It's just not happening. So I don't think I'm personally getting this game at least until after they drop the whole need subscription thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Elder Scrolls Beta. Like, comment, subscribe, and God bless.